Tens of thousands of years ago, this villain here, Dongfang Qingcang, had a bright idea, as all villains do, to take a shot at world domination. 'Cause what could possibly be better than that? And surprise, surprise, he is captured and locked up in a tower for the rest of eternity. That is, until one day when our heroine Orchid charges to his rescue. Or rather, she sort of tumbles into the tower, unknowingly body swaps with him, and then accidentally frees him? And what better way to repay your saviour than to simply strangle them to death? Love Between Fairy and Devil is a 36-episode fantasy romance Chinese drama released in 2022. So how does one go from this to this? I mean, don't we all just delight to be living on knife's edge when we fall in love? Like, our miserable little hearts literally cannot beat until some guy threatens to chop off both our hands and feet. All jokes aside though, the bad boy trope isn't exactly anything new in romance, whether in films or books. There is a fine balancing act when it comes to the popular bad boy trope. On the one end of the spectrum, there are the boys who are outright toxic and abusive to their love interest. And on the other end of the spectrum, there are the boys pretending to be bad, but they're really not. What Love Between Fairy and Devil accomplishes is all in its execution of this infamous trope. Spoiler warning for the show going forward. Of course, a villain recipe isn't complete without a healthy dose of childhood trauma and tragic backstory. And what's more tragic than your own father torturing you until you're literally incapable of experiencing human emotions anymore? What's more, he then commands you to shove a sword through his chest. Nothing gives you a more convincing villain reputation than some good old patricide. And nothing makes you behave more like a villain than not being capable of experiencing any human emotion. That is, until the heroine of our story accidentally charged to the villain's rescue, and also somehow body swapped with him in the process. Not only that, when the pair do finally swap back into their own bodies, and our villain does the ever-gracious thing by immediately trying to strangle his saviour to death, our villain here realises that, oops, he's now been forced to share this random person's physical and emotional experiences. And what better way for an emotionless villain to learn empathy than to literally put himself, mind and body, in someone else's shoes? Through our female lead, Orchid, our male lead, Dongfang Qingcang, is forced to relearn what it means to take care of someone. Both that individual's physical well-being, as well as their emotional well-being. Throughout the show, Dongfang Qingcang's emotional capacity is gradually restored, and he couldn't have done it without the help of our female lead. Orchid's determination to investigate the truth behind what happened between our male lead and his father as a child guides him in eventually being able to process his trauma, as well as come to terms with the bittersweet experience of the range of human emotions. All of this then enables him to mature as a character. Everything that our two main characters go through throughout this drama slowly but surely strengthens their mutual trust and affection for one another. In fact, the main couple in this drama got together a lot later than one would usually expect in a Chinese drama or C-drama of this length. Especially having finished the show, you can tell that this was an important narrative choice because it allowed our male lead to experience emotional growth and character development before starting a relationship with someone else. The two main characters got to spend significant time getting to know each other as individual people, both in a place where she calls home and a place where he does too. This steady progression from when the female lead first meets the male lead's villainous self, to him then evolving and maturing as a character, to them eventually falling in love, was beautiful to watch. Love between fairy and devil is not a drama without its flaws, as is the case with every drama. But I can't deny that it was an absolute delight to watch. All in all, if you know that you're someone who's a fan of the fantasy romance genre, then I highly recommend checking out Love Between Fairy and Devil. And if you also happen to have a soft spot for a fun villain romance, then I can't believe you're still here listening to me ramble instead of watching this drama already. Thanks for checking out this video, and remember to always do something to take care of yourself every day.